Hey guys, it's me. Right here is my channel. That's the home page. Everybody knows the pages on my channel. I'm really ticked off. I'm very irritated by whoever has the control at their fingertips. Whether it's people just ignoring me, people not wanting to listen to me. I'm annoyed at myself if I get my message across poorly. But I'm going to show you guys some pictures here, and I hope you pay attention. Whoops. Not that one. If we go over to my videos, and I just don't get this myself. I really don't get this. I want to call people stupid. I really do. This is a new one that I haven't put up. I was thinking about just playing that. So how about I show you this part of where I think people are being stupid. They're being stupid. And the part, and then we can watch this Earth Galaxy kind of naming thing I got going on there, okay? I haven't uploaded that one yet. But what we're just going to do is we're just scrolling down a few videos. Number of different things going on. You can argue however you want in these different things. But then I'm going to come to these two videos in particular here. And this is where I'm going to say, what are people blind? Are they ignorant? Do they not want to care? Do they pretend to care? Like, what are you doing? Because personally, I like to think that I have skills. And in my skills, I like to think that soon as your guys' thumbnails, if I'm going to watch people's videos, which I don't do much and for obvious reasons, but if I'm going to watch your videos, my mind is ready to not listen to you practically, but just to really focus in on your work and then pick up also at the same time maybe what you're talking about. But you see my red dot right here? You see I'm moving this red dot? See where it is right now? It's covering the face of somebody. Do you not, like, what do I have to do to, like, I can't help it how these things do come to your page or not. And if they do, and then you come on here and you're one of the 111 viewers and you're not going, holy shit, Ian, what the frick is that frickin'? And half of the words coming out of your mouth are swear words of excitement, not of vulgarity. But look at that thing right there. And this is just in this small little thing. And if you don't get to see an eye right there and another eye right there, red dot covering it, and then the nose features and mouth feature and stuff right in the middle. And if you can't tell that this stick is this one here is closer to you, and those ones are further back than this stick, and that he's sticking his head through a certain amount, so you can pick up all highlighted things from the sun and stuff. If you don't understand that, then what am I to do? If you can't understand that some of these other glowing features in here are actually eyes of these beings, what can I do? If on this one right here, that is also right on the thumbnail, you can't come over and you can't just have a little look at this thing for 2 seconds and realize below my chin, right on the one side of the red dot, is an eye. More to the left, below my chin, is another eye. Covering the head right now, covering the head. I cover the whole head, and there's a leg there. There's the backness of the being. There's the front leg, like it's a dog position. If you can't get that from the thumbnail, then I'm the wrong guy. 126 views, and you guys get to see a magnificent beast right here. You get to see a magnificent beast right here, and I got 111 views. Like, who is screwing me? Is it YouTube? Like, are people just not carrying on? Carrying? Like, this is 126 minutes of actually a lot of stuff in this video. There's a lot of viewings you get to see in this video where I show you breakdowns and you get to use your mind to figure it out. And, well, if that's the one or this one, vice versa, I don't really remember exactly unless I open it up. But I just had to get that passion out. And, I wouldn't doubt it if most of the people that start to watch have already long gone, guys. Long gone. So if they're long gone, then what am I doing here? Why am I wasting my talents? Like, I've come to realize in this field, I'm a little bit of one of those Wayne Gretzky's, one of those Michael Jordan's, one of those whatever. Will other people surpass me? Oh yeah, if you listen to my video that I just put up right here, you will realize that I honestly challenge people to surpass me. I know people can be beyond me, but there's nobody standing beside me, and I've said that many times. There's nobody even to really understand what's going on. So let's see if you can at all click on what's going on in this video here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back up the car. And when I'm backing up the car, you get to see the lights a little bit right here. Use my red dot as a pointer. Okay, realize when the lights come on and you see them back here, that the street is way back there and it does its dip. Realize that why the car's backing up. You get to see a whole bunch of flashes right here. You get to see a few flashes right here. But I want you to most pay in most to this area of the camera, say about this area of the camera as it even flows backwards, and realize all the flashing is all coming within bushy dirt, and there's no, like, this is a construction zone back here where my red dot is, and it goes back that way, and then that's the last road. That's all I'm going to say. But watch below me in the dark of it for the flashes. Oh yeah, you're going to be listening to. I hope you can hear it. Yeah, Danny, you know you're not really welcome on my channel, don't you? Yeah, I hear you, Angela. That's a great question, and realize this, that their light energy that I talk about, like I said, Angela, watch truly down in these areas. Are you guys hearing? Let's just listen for a minute, Angela. See that flashing there? That was right in the middle. I'm gonna line up with it. It's down below me there. I don't like the way you talk, Danny. Don't appreciate you just trying to challenge instead of using constructive conversation. Thanks, Angela. Really down on the left, the left, say, bottom quarter of the page, and halfway over anywhere, like, and all up the left right side, that is all mountain that's where they hang out, lots of them, so they'll be trying little tricker of lights there and stuff. But I thought we could just watch this. I think the dog barking is all done. So am I maybe, see, I can only come over so far, so now take my circle straight down. Okay, right beside my circle there, you kind of seeing some light there at all? And Danny, if you're a real guy, I don't know, I'm a real guy, and I don't like that kind of talk. So I'm being real with you. I don't even know if that's your real name, and I know this one in particular guy that comes back time again, and he talks exactly kind of with okay, there we go. I accept that. I don't know if you've been noticing, but I've just been erasing your marks, because guy's going to be sassy, guy's just going to be right, kind of like in a shit fight, like trying to cause a problem with me, then I'll just delete you. There's no sense you coming around to deal with me and me dealing with you. It's just that. But if you really want to know some information, what I'm trying to talk about, I claim 100% I'm in the field by myself. I'm not saying there's people not coming towards me. I'm not saying people won't get here. People are way smarter than me. I'm not that smart. Okay, I hear you. So that was that video anyway. So let's, I I'm going to push play again here. So watch on the left here. I'm in kind of poor light to be able to see me. See those ones? I think you've probably seen a couple in there. That just happened there. And they give you the impression that there's a light back there, but because you moved, something in between us was out of the way so you could see it. And watch, that impression will also below me there. You'll get to see some more flashes. And it's not to say that there's not really vehicles back there and stuff, but the light we use really only travels so. Those tiny lights, have you gone in, Angela, have you gone into my community section? Let's listen to those guys again. And there's some people that are really good at picking up on the guttural sounds, different things in here, listening to these. And it's never to say that coyotes are not somehow incorporated into their groups. So it's never not to say that a coyote calls might be involved in some of these big gathering of calls. But for 100%, Cosmic Grandmaster, you got it. And he's saying that it's not, those are not coyotes. Well, you know, these guys just have different voices and stuff. They're, you know, shapeshift into coyotes. Some people, I mean, if I were going to go with that kind of stuff, I would be including birds and stuff too. But I can't really get into the shapeshift too much from what I've. So let's do this now. We're going to go boink. We're going to hit my community. And we're wondering where that little light energy comes. So you guys have seen this one then? So you guys see my community page right now. And if you're not, then it's a good time to be aware of it. And this picture here that's wax and wax and wax and wax and wax and wax of them right there. And what you get to do is you get to bring up this page, photo here, which is just different color highlighted. And so you get to see this big grouping, and you get to tell that this is a stick and that this is a tree real close to you, and you know, things continue to change in it, and you know, you get to notice more. You down to here's just sculpturing by them. Like, this is how tiny of marble, like this rock is, and believe it or not, has cleaning, scuffing going on, and we get to see this fly right here as a model showing us the size of his footprints. So when you really want to come into full understanding, right here, and this is why I go, you know, you'll see me talk about, you know, there's 170,000 worldwide rock type, I don't know if they're all rock, but rock type, what do we call them? You know, pyramids and such. Well, this rock right here is from a video where I talk about their abilities of cutting. Right here is how we can almost see a picture of what the underworld could really look like in a way. Like right there, we're looking at air that fills in the volume. You know, what if we have something amongst us that Earth doesn't slow it down the same way, and it's able to move easier in Earth than we, almost similar to how we can move in air. I don't know. But anyways, that's a good understanding for thinking what's underground, right? How that tree is. And that's them toying around with it. This happened just to upload twice. I don't know why I did that. But this happens to, that's all their work too. If you go up and you can just see how they're marking at the tree, the roots and stuff, and keeping them teased and keeping them going and so on and so forth. So who was it? Was it you, Angela, that was asking me who is making all those marks and stuff? Well, here we get to go through a series of 4 pictures, and here's the biggest one where I did a big zoom in. All four of these pictures are separate pictures. They were not clips from a video. I actually just took my camera and was going click, 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 click. And this guy right here on our right here, you see this gray thing right there? You can almost say, let's pretend that's a brow, and that's the black ridge of eye pits, and then this would be the little bit of nose divot or whatever type thing, right? And also watch this one right here, okay? Because I'm going to show you something right now. Pull this down here. And there he is again, but a long ways away, and you get to see all what I described there on him. And then you see that thing that's beside him now. I actually question whether that's another head, and now that somebody's putting his arms up there. That's a question I put out there. And then here he is from a long distance away, so you can get a full reading of what was going on there. And I gotta wait for your words to go down. And here's the other one, the fourth distance, and the other guy's different again, right? You can call and kind of almost maybe see he's still there or whatever. I have said, well, maybe that's his legs laying back. Say if he's laying, because you look at the size of the tree, like you look at the needles on the tree. It's one of those, I don't even that actually in particular needle. You see that kind of needle right there? Is that cedar needle? I think that's cedar tree, isn't it? And so those are going to be the little guys. And then right here we get to see some kind of where they're doing a totem pile. So if I bring this over here, I'm going to do this for a second, guys. I'm going to go zoop. And how do I do that? I think I hit this. There we go. And you guys can still see it. So what do we got? Okay, so this is the close up of him. So that would be his head right there of a main one. And this is a totem pile. So here's the long distance, but this is already zoomed in a lot, guys. So appreciate that, okay? So this picture right here is them all in a big totem pile where you can see them. And there's the head of the main guy. And there's funky things. You never know. There could be a face in front of his face. They do that a lot. And this, to me, is just this is part of the remarkableness of them. So you see that blade of grass and stuff right here, right? And you see all this. This is pitter-patter. This is not rain, you guys. Nobody in their right mind could say this thing here is at all formed by, other than they could blame me, right? And so you look at the pattern on the top edge of it. It's almost like it's, when your grandma rolls the bread and then she's kneading the top of the biscuits or whatever. Almost looks like that, right? But this is just sand, so it's not really done that way. But you can see the final cutting mark. So now I always talk about, you can't get this right now, but a 30-degree curvature in a claw. If you can kind of picture what that would mean, okay? Now imagine that claw is flipped upside down, so its tip is down here somewhere, and then it's coming up like this, and the guy goes, whoosh, just like troweling. That's, and you guys think about the granular on that, and it doesn't fall or anything. Like his slightness of non-shaking and such, whew. You got to know that's incredible. I've been involved in a lot of concrete finishing and stuff, and this is like finishing almost dry concrete. It really is. Like, that's pretty remarkable stuff. And then here's an upside down tree, and I think if you look in this area, this was a picture I took a long time back, like 2 years ago or so. And when you look in here, you're you feel pretty excited of saying, yeah, I think there's guys in there. And then these are just some of the different tree marvels of, looks of what they do and stuff for you to just clue in around your yard and stuff. And this here is a new fashion, how people should be when they're going to cut down a tree in their yard and they actually don't want to kill it, is they actually do a type of breaking in it. So you have all these hairs, let's just call them. And don't get them too thin and don't get them too thick, but you just have a bunch of those. And what those do is they keep the moisture flowing out of the tree. The tree becomes to cap off a nice hardness in here. And, you know, these beings of the actual forest beings will appreciate maybe seeing what you've done there, unless they start to think you copycat them. If they start to think you copycat them, they might not like it, because I'll tell you what happened. Once I was realizing 3 years ago plus, I was still on that property up there. I was realizing they were getting in with just even this kind of the bark. They were just doing lots of marking, and all those little marks and different things like that I would see on there. I was starting to realize, like, a lot of this marking and stuff, you guys will start to realize that you could come back there and realize, hey, there's 3 new marks there today and a couple of there. Come back a week later, hey, there's more there and more there. You know, stuff going on. Anyways, so when I was on my farm, I didn't know the significance of the beings at all. I was only into about a week of my study, I would say. And I went up to one of my trees in the back 40 there, and I took a rock or something and I scribbled on the tree, and I tried to make, I don't know what I did, but I tried to kind of mimic in a way and do some kind of patterns and try to think to my, I was thinking, I was just whatever. Well, before I moved out of that house, which was then from that point there was just weeks later, I got a chance to go into the back 40 and look at that tree. It was on purpose. I was just curious. And I went back and somebody had scribbled out what I did. I kid you not. And I had no idea that these beings were as large and the world farmers and stuff. I had like no idea on that. So it would be understandable now, because like these trees, these arbutus trees here that are the surprise our science guys all along our oceans and stuff, they don't surprise me. There's an understanding why they strip. They're actually being stripped. There's an understanding why there's hardly any of the stripping remnants left behind. You know why science wouldn't have just said that all the time? Yeah, when we're always looking at it, there's no bark on the ground hardly. That's one way of you guys trying to catch a fake. And these are just little carvings. You can see they're all little chip 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 chip. Imagine who's doing that, cleaning that rock like I'm cleaning my nails. You know. There's the great guy that started it all, my pops. 84 years strong. Look at him. I'm not as strong as that guy, man. Look how thick he is. That's 220 pounds there. And then here, a bunch of scratching into concrete and stuff, trying to get you guys to follow that on our asphalt, cutting out the yellow lines. And you can see how that line, see how that cut carries past? And it actually it's being drawn out right there, like your kid cutting the butter. Just stop at the edge of the butter so you don't slice it into your belly or something. And then these are just miracles of theirs. Goes up and look at them, take pictures of them, and start to realize the markings you've seen around here and stuff isn't a squirrel. A squirrel hasn't been spending so much time cleaning that stuff out, because they really like to clean them out sometimes. They get pretty caught up. There's just a few around in here. It's not like it's a super clear picture, but a few in there. A few on the bank side. More that one by my camp there, that one in particular tree. That's not a very good picture. I think we get to a nicer one. I think that might be one of the nicer ones. But look at this way out here, eh? Something's frickin' happening right there. There's no doubt. Because even though we can't see very well on this picture. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we get to see more pictures. So let's remember that. I'm pretty sure I got more of them just here. And then this is an earlier picture where I thought, how can I make them? You guys kind of notice more things. And then so I did that, and I cut out a whole bunch of spots where you can just work into those shadows and realize they are the shadows. There's a couple of my little prizes with my prize goat. You don't get to see him, but he is in the movie Air Buddies, the one with all the puppies, and he comes into the movie about 42 minutes in. And he's so cool of a goat because he was our pet. I mean, look at my daughter's right there, and he's got a big rack of horns on him. And what's going on there is my daughter right here, she's ready to get the heck back. This daughter here is feeling strong enough and stuff, and proud enough of her brother that's a year younger than her. In front, he's watching over the horns of Bull, and we're just setting up for our last picture because he's about to go off to movie business there. So, and here's a fantastic picture. Always remember, if you click on the picture, you can see a little more of it. But you see all these little markings, guys? Do you think a beaver would really take that time to do those patterns and stuff? So these guys get hung up on patterns. These are the Bigfoot beings, these forest beings, these earth beings that we're talking about. And when you get in there, you can realize these marks are the same as these marks. So what you can start to realize, it gives characteristic of big chunks being taken out, but then maybe like these ones, it gets the final, because that's what I figure all the time, because there's never any harsh fraying from how the beaver would really be leaving it. And so another thing I wanted to say, so with the beaver, so how you come across something like this and you're going, yeah, that Ian guy, he didn't know what he's talking about. But those couple of samples, there's kind of make sense. And then go to a third sample and you look on the ground and you realize that our forest beings like to take most of the pieces that they take out of this chipping section here. They'll leave you some for samples. And when you pick up those samples, if you know how to break things down, break cuts down, so on and so forth like that, then you will get some good understanding there, good answers. I find this one funny, right? What did I name this one? Or what did I say? Staying on track. To turning back into, yeah. Yeah, see, yeah, I'm just saying some stuff, but look, they're all pointing the same way, right? So it's kind of like, okay. So I was just trying to have fun in a way. Right here, you guys, I can tell you different histories of this tree with interactions of this being. See, if I clicked on this picture right now, then I have to go all the way back to the beginning, start there. But somebody came along and cut down this tree. They would have left a couple of more feet on this tree and had a little bit of understanding how to leave this big wound, then they probably would have felt more comfortable cutting the tree like that. But since then, the whole tree's come down, so we don't even get to go back there and get another. And then right here, this one's awesome, you guys. Click on this one. It shows longer than what I have here, I think. And it's, that's a finger art in clay. And if you can't almost automatically just see it, way off on the right side over here is where all around when you're looking at it, it's really cool. That was me when I was cruising around the island looking for signs. And then here's curvature that I get into. You see how that curvature... Whoa, shoot. What did I do? Well, I guess it's getting to the end of the line. Let me go like this again and see what's going on. See how that just beams past me and I don't get to change it. I'm in British Columbia. Oh, right on. Yeah, I think I remember that, Angela. I think I remember maybe even Coquitlam. I gotta sit up straight, guys. So, yeah. So I'm gonna release that one. And all these ones were filmed the same day, these 4 right here. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna show you guys something. Take my volume down. Gonna go up here, hit this, hit the fanciest my camera will do. And then I'm gonna go over to here and I'm gonna hit speed. I'm gonna go to super slow. And let's just try to find something a little bit closer, a little bit more interesting. And then I'm gonna, where am I? This is my camp. Oh, I'm in Abbotsford. In Michigan. So you guys, that length shadow right there, happens to be in this video a number of times, like from this clip to the other clips. And you get to realize that it changes around, that you might want to zoom into it. Same with stuff in here, because remember those, you know, that one in particular, and up here and so on and so forth, wherever you see some darkness, go for it. In slow motion's a really good way to watch it. So see these trees right here? That makes these hot spots. You see that, how dark that is in there? Well, that's actually getting the same amount of light as all this and all this. But you see how it's nice and dark in there. So pay attention to those formations. And right here is that green tree. Remember where I was trying to say, hey, that one brown thing's a bit of a ways out. So we're going to get to see there a little bit better. Let me just zoom it ahead a bit. Is this the one with the... Oh yeah, the deer's back up on the bank over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this, actually. And I'm going to... I think this one is a better one to do it. There we go. So we're still on slow speed now, but we're right in the realm of where that deer is. And we really get to be, you know, trying to act like the... Sorry about all that movement, but it'll fix up here in a second. It's in the focus of minds and stuff. So, you know, these beings that we're searching out, see, now you get to see behind the tree there. Did you see behind the tree, or where that tree was just in the picture? Beautiful watching that deer, eh? I think I'm still in slow, aren't I? Oh no. Hadn't gone down to slow, sorry about that. It's kind of fun watching that deer in slow motion. I'm going to bring this so we can watch that that shadowing there again under the tree. So see, you could pause it anywhere there and look at that different shadow. There's part of that shadowing almost looked like it was coming with the camera for me for a moment. See those trees, or I mean those mountains right now in the background, not from the tree, from the mountains. I'm really feeling positive about that. I think in this section of mountain actually now, right center there, they're giving me the glowing energy from that distance from there, guy, and they've done it in more than one night now. So now my working is to make sure that I'm happy that it's not in one of these trees. And it's not that close, because I want to determine that kind of distance, because I believe that distance on their marksmanship with knowing that they're getting it right on with our eye is like with that deer. If that deer turned and looked at me right now, he could nail my eye instantly. I would imagine that's how good a deer is. And these guys are as good as that. And I believe they're showing signs that they might be as good as from over there. At least from over there, they can at least hone in on my head. I would say that. I don't know how. Just different tidbits of information. So what are we doing here? We're going to go like this. Here we go. Now we're coming back. So you could pause it anywhere around there. See, and you take into consideration how I move. See, I do those kind of stops like that lots of times on purpose. Like I'm aware of what I'm trying to give us. Have you seen them green plasma lights? Of course. Yeah, I've seen where they light the whole tree. And that's those little headed guys. Cosmic, you were around when I went over to the community page there? Now, do they grow up to be these black guys that we're looking at and stuff in on the hillside here? Because all those little green guys are in here too. Well, I'm saying green because on my in particular, I'm gonna just hop back to it. How's that sound? Go over to community, and I'm gonna go whoosh, because it's a pretty close one. And I have come across something like this. Was not the first time I've come across the smallness. And it was actually watching through this video where it's in this size, Or I actually did see that. You see that just above my head there? Or red dot's better pointer. Just below my red dot there. It was something that caught me. And then I was further watching the video. And in the video, I don't know if it's him again or what, but something caught my mind again. So then I started to do my research, and I came across these 4 photos of him. Because that's right, it wasn't on a video, they were just in still photos, I should say. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double check that one now. Pretty sure they're not cut from a video, that they're actually photos. But yeah, so that's me. You know, I could last and do much better at this kind of stuff, guys, if, you know, if I had to say, if we had a co-partner here. And so one of the big things I was giving crap to my viewers at the very beginning here was giving you guys crap for not paying attention. See that face right there? See this big guy sitting right here? Like, what the heck is wrong with us people? We think we are good. We will challenge people. We will say, you don't know what you're talking about and stuff. And right there, level with my head, I put my face right on top of his face right there. Sure, I could go. There he is right there. You see him for that moment? See this Bigfoot right there for a moment? This is me now, right on top of the head right there. And then right there, I'm talking about the glasses, the finger glasses they do and stuff. You know, so this video right here is a really awesome one. I think, look at that right there. What's going on right there? Hey? Somebody's obviously hiding right there, isn't there? I think this is the, yeah, I think this is the big guy I'm just coming to that's sitting in the dog position. Oh, yeah. You can see some movement back in there, can't you? Right above my head, right there. But that's not the one I'm going for right now. We're working towards them right now. And in some respects, really, I remember this day. I'm just trying to get things in. I'm just trying to learn my camera and stuff. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to decline that and call him back. I think that came through that my son's call there, didn't it? Okay, so now we're going to come into that dog-like one. We're going to go off to the left here. I'll tell you when you get to see his foot. That's not me doing that. That was me that day doing this stuff. I'm not doing that right now. Oh, I got to go, guys.